everybody. Welcome to the Rugby Fives pub quiz. How you all doing? So great to see so many of you here today. So many familiar faces. Cheers to everyone. So, if you look up here, you'll see a few general rules and stuff which you should take, have a read because it's going to be quite important for what you're going to do later. I'll read them out like a crap PowerPoint presentation now, just in case anyone can't read. But basically, when I go through the quiz, there'll be 5 rounds. I will read each question twice. I have a bit of a pause in between the questions so that you can have a little Zoom conference. And then I'll go through the rest of the questions, and at the end of the round, I'll come all the way back round and just breeze through the questions really fast. Then you will have 10 minutes to fill in your Google form. That link you will get at the beginning of the round. So round 1 is going to come quite soon. Now, only 1 form per team, please. I don't want to be dealing with multiple forms. 1 form per team. So get your captain, who has the best IT skills. That's whichever team Chris Burrows is in. You guys know you're going to win. Get them to do it. And don't forget to press the submit button at the bottom. If you don't press submit, you won't have submitted your score. Okay? Cool. Now, there might be a little bit of a lag on this. We're trying to reduce that as much as possible. I'm hoping you can hear me. Everything should be okay. So Sam Russell is saying fantastic technology. Sam Russell, can you just let me know if you can hear me in the comments? Send me a comment about whether you can hear me. I believe in you, Sam. And anyway, after that, we've got a giant WhatsApp thread, which you can feel free to insult other teams and to send things that you think everyone will enjoy. No point in sending niche things only designed for one person because nobody else cares. If there is an emergency, so something goes seriously wrong, you can let me know on the WhatsApp group. And also a couple of you also have my number and can call me in case the stream collapses. There's a possible chance today that in a spoiler alert music round, we might be done for copyright infringement. I mean, I'm sure we will be done for copyright infringement. And that means the video will come down after the quiz. But if it does get stopped during the quiz, then we will have to restart another stream. And I'll send you a link about that. But fingers crossed that won't happen. Also, don't cheat. That's all I want to say. Fantastic. So, good. You can hear me. Good. Sam Russell can hear me. Julie can hear me. Will can hear me. Sam has blushed so much from that shout out. Well, you're welcome, Sam. You just wait till later on, my friend. You wait till later on. So anyway, I'm just going to talk crap to you now for 10 minutes or so before we stop and have a little clap for the NHS because it's Thursday. And once you've all finished clapping for me and my friends, we will come back and start it properly. I hope I've designed something fun today, which will be enjoyable. It should test the length and breadth of Fives knowledge, whether you're an old stalwart that knows things from millions of years ago to people that know things which happened just last week. There's a question for everyone. So yeah, hopefully it will be good. Any questions, please get in touch. I'm just going to fill my beer up. I'm back in 2 seconds, but please read the general rules up here, and let me know if you have any questions in the text on the YouTube. Also, watch this on YouTube. If you're watching this on Facebook, don't do that because it will lag, and also I will do you for cheating. Okay, fantastic. See you in a sec. All right, back we come. So, I have a little message from Hamish. The Google Sheets, Hamish, they will be released at the beginning of each round. So don't worry if you don't have them yet. They will be coming, and then you can get going. Just a big shout out to everyone that made this possible today. Number one, thanks to coronavirus for causing a pandemic and causing us all to be here today. So thank you. Number two, thank you very much to Gareth Price, our development officer, for helping me test this, but don't worry, he hasn't seen any of the questions. To all of you for playing fives and joining me tonight for this extremely niche pub quiz. And yeah, that's about it. Where's my beer? It's over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send you on the WhatsApp group the Google form for round number one. Now, guys, it's really important, hopefully, because there's quite a lot of teams, the Google Forms will self-mark. So they have the answers programmed in, but that means you need to spell everything correctly and you need to use upper or lower case as appropriate. At the top of each form, it will tell you about using it. Basically, for almost every single round, apart from the second one, you want to use lower case, so no capital letters. But in round two, I want you to be using capital letters. It will self-mark. I will go through it in the intermissions to see if it's missed anything or if anyone's done any joke answers. But there is always a chance that you will not get awarded a point if you haven't spelt it correctly. So hopefully your team captain also has good spelling skills. Let me send you the first link right now. Here we go. So if you check your WhatsApp thread, you will have a link to round one coming your way in 3, 2, 1. Oh no, I've just copied it like a picture. Let's do another countdown, everyone. How exciting. Coming to you in 3, 2, 1. Fabulous. Better make sure that works myself. Excellent. Good. That's round one. Make sure you put your email address in there and enter your team name because that's going to be super important so I know who you are. Don't forget, guys, there are fantastic prizes available today. Superb prizes. You will be so shocked at the prizes, the quality of which, man, I don't even know if you can survive the excitement of having the prizes I've got lined up for you. Now, let's have a quick look at the teams. So we had a record entry for this pub quiz. More people are playing this than some of the fives tournaments themselves. In fact, we've had about 85 or 90 people should be tuning in to watch this at the moment, which is pretty cool. So we have all you need is a glove. No, sorry, all you need is glove. It's much better when you say it like that. Wessex team, Wood Cup winners, Alain's Originals, Execute Hale, Wordsmiths, Oxford Beavers, Singing Cats, The Countryside, The Fives Pod, Team Gaz, Blag Hards, good name, Scratch Pairing, Team Ashwin, Marlborough Town Fives, The Ackies, Team RTF, that's you, John Bezic. I don't know who you're playing with, but feel free to let us know. And Team Durham. Oh, yes, you're right, Matt Shaw. The quiz link hasn't come through because I sent it to Hamish Buchanan instead of all of you. Sorry, here you go. There's the quiz link. I was just testing you. 1 point to you, Matt Shaw. Well done. Right. I'm reading your comments. Elisa, there are 5 rounds today. 5 rounds. And maybe some fun things. Alex Hopkins, ladies and gents, Alex Hopkins was a late comer to the quiz today. He's currently playing by himself. However, if you want someone else on your team that you can add into your Zoom, just message the WhatsApp group now. Alex will pick it up and you can dial Alex in. So Alex Hopkins, he's a one-man band at the moment. He's the only one-man band we've got. So you've got about 10 minutes to get him into your team. If you want that, just message on the WhatsApp because we're going to break in 4 minutes for the clap. And then we'll be back to kick this thing off. All right? So, Alex, message on the WhatsApp. I will type something here. Does anybody want Alex Hopkins on their team? I can't be clearer than that. Question mark. Good stuff. If not Alex, then play by yourself. And you'll probably beat some of the teams. Some of the teams today have gone slightly over the allotted 5 positions. However, we'll allow it because of exceptional circumstances today. It being a 5s pub quiz that no one really cares about apart from us. So that's kind of allowed. But I do think having lots of people on Zoom might actually be more of a hindrance rather than anything else. So, Alex, see if you get on. Right, we've got 3 minutes left. I'm going to assume the average person takes less than a minute to get to their window or their front door. So we will just talk for another 30 seconds. And then we'll kick this thing off. All right. So, once again, read it. It won't be there by the time you get back. And we will go from there. All right, so once again, there will be 5 rounds. I will read every question twice with a bit of a pause in between questions so you can confer. At the end of a round, I will blitz through everything again, apart from for the rounds where that doesn't make any sense. And then you'll have 10 minutes to submit your team sheet, and I'll go through it in the break for the round after that. So there we go. All right, ladies and gents, head over to your front doors and your windows. The NHS is doing an amazing job. Believe me, I know. We have flattened the curve somewhat and we haven't overburdened the NHS. So jolly good show. Well done, everyone, for observing the lockdown. Head to your windows, give us a clap, and we'll be back in a minute. I'll put on some generic stream starting thing, but don't worry. We know the stream has already started. All right, welcome back, ladies and gents. In London, we can't be bothered to clap for more than a couple of minutes, but I'll still give it a little bit of time in case you are clapping in a place which cares slightly more. And thank you for clapping from Trinidad and Tobago, Hal. Much obliged. Okay, so for any late stragglers, I know there are a couple of you, I am going to give you the link one more time. That is your Google form. Remember, one Google form per team, please. Okay, one more minute. Okay, right. Let's get back into it. So, Matt Hale, what time is the first question planned for? How about now? Or do you need a few more seconds? I am going to give you 30 seconds to get into position. 30 seconds, okay? Off we go. Hmm. 30. 30 seconds. Now I think about it, 30. 30 is an interesting number, isn't it? Now that I think about it. Anyway, I'm musing to myself. Okay. Right. Looks like a couple of you are still not back. So let me fill this up. And as soon as this is full, we'll be starting with round one. Oh, okay, right. It is time to kick off with the Rugby Fives pub quiz. Are you all ready? Are you all sitting comfortably? Can you all see your screen? Can you all hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Because we're about to get started on the Rugby Fives pub quiz. Okay, round one, ladies and gentlemen, is general knowledge. There are 16 questions in this round. I will say each question twice, pause for a little bit, so that you may confer with your friends and your team, and then I will continue. So, are we ready? Here we go. Round one, about to start. Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's do this. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, question one. Let's start off easy, because I know some of us aren't as ingrained in Rugby Fives as others. Number one. The original rules of Rugby Fives were drawn up by the Rugby Fives Association in which decade? When you answer, just write 2 digits. So if you think it's the 70s, just write 70. So that question again, nice and easy. The original rules of Rugby Fives were drawn up by the Rugby Fives Association in which decade? Just write the decade with 2 digits. It only gets harder from here, guys. Okay, number 2. I'm looking for one word here, just one word. What is the main difference between Rugby 5s and Winchester 5s? That question again, and I just want one word answer. What is the main difference between Rugby 5s and Winchester 5s? I don't know if Team Wessex can handle that kind of question, but hopefully with all your combined intellects, you'll get that answer. As I said, the questions are getting harder. You should have all got the first one. Otherwise, you're not a true Rugby 5s fan. Okay, question number 3. Which top singles player can famously turn up to a tournament either hungover and or under some kind of other influence and still win? That's that question again. Which current top singles player can famously turn up to a tournament either hungover and or still under some kind of influence and still win? Julian Aquilina, good question. Full name or abbreviated? I've actually taken into account all of those options, but ideally, please give the full name. Thank you. And please remember, guys, don't use capital letters. So whoever's name you think this is, even if you really don't like this person, don't use capital letters. Thanks. Okay, let's move on. Number 4. The President's Cup used to be hosted at Merchant Taylor's School, but how many courts were there before the school knocked them down a couple of years ago? That question again, the President's Cup used to be hosted at Merchant Taylor's School. How many fives courts were there before the school knocked them down a couple of years ago? Question number 5. What is dapping? What is dapping? That is spelt D-A-P-P-I-N-G. Dapping. What is that? Lovely. Question number 6. What is the regulation width of a rugby fives court in feet? What is a regulation width of a rugby fives court in feet? No Googling, no cheating. You should know this. What is the regulation width of a rugby fives court in feet? Okay, number 7. And here's one for the Blag Hard team. How many blackguards are you allowed on game ball? That question again. How many blackguards are you allowed on game ball? Got my fives love hand here, which is obscured on the green screen, but you can kind of see it. There you go. Fives. I love it. I'm here by myself, so shut up. Right. Number 8. Who famously said the line, developing your weaker hand, and that's the kind of challenge you keep coming back to in the game? That question again. Who famously said the line, developing your weaker hand, and that's the kind of challenge you keep coming back to in the game? When you're writing numbers, just write numbers. You don't need to spell the numbers, unless you want to, but don't do that. Just write the number. Okay, so now everyone has developed their weaker hand. Let's move on to number 9. Number 9. This year's national doubles, which was sadly cancelled because of the coronavirus pandemic, would have marked how many Hamish-ceptions on the official national doubles shirt? That question again. This year's national doubles would have marked how many Hamish-ceptions on the official national doubles shirt? If you don't know what a Hamish-ception is, you probably won't be able to answer this question. But I was wearing it on the trailer. It was a good question, Sam, wasn't it? Thanks for noticing. It's a cerebral question, much like that movie that the dude made. Okay, if you have young children with you, please guard their ears for this next question. But this is question number 10. The venerable David Barnes once spoke off court to someone, and he said, "You are a great fives player, but you're a fucking disgrace." Of whom was he talking? That question again. The venerable David Barnes once spoke off court to someone. He said, "You are a great fives player, but you're a fucking disgrace." Of whom was he talking? I have some guests. That's one in the fridge. Look harder. My flatmate can't find beer. This is a total disaster for her. She's a raging alcoholic, but hopefully she'll find it. Anyway, you can uncover your children's ears now. We're going to move on. Number 11. In 1995, how many fives courts were in use for the West of England Fives Championships in Bristol? In 1995, how many fives courts were in use at the West of England Championships? Number 12. Number 12. What is the newest tournament to be added to the Rugby Fives calendar? What is the newest tournament to be added to the Rugby Fives calendar? Tom Watkinson asked a question, but I'll repeat it. What is the newest tournament to be added to the Rugby Fives calendar? Okay, number 13. Who was the first ever winner of the Under-25s Flair Award? Who was the first ever winner of the Under-25s Flair Award? Right, number 14. In Manchester's Curry Row, what is a chicken korma also known as? In Manchester's Curry Row, what is a chicken korma also known as? Almost there, chaps. Almost there. Number 15. On the pilot episode of the Fives pod, Matt Shaw caught Sam Russell out by highlighting definitively the only sport in the world which Sam can't have played. What is that sport? That question again. On the pilot episode of the record-breaking Fives pod, Matt Shaw caught Sam Russell out by highlighting definitively the only sport in the world which Sam cannot have played. What is that sport? Okay, and the final question of round one. In the Rugby Fives quiz promo trailer, which dropped on Monday morning, what trophy was I not engraving at the start of it? In the Rugby Fives quiz promo trailer released on Monday morning, what trophy was I not engraving at the start of it? One for all you trophy aficionados out there. All right, let us go through everything one more time and then we will take a break. So, I just have to sort something out on the computer. 1 second, it's not doing too well. And there we go. Right, we'll go through every question and then we'll have a break. So, round 1, question 1. In the original rules of Rugby Fives, the Rugby Fives Association were drawn up in which decade? The original rules were drawn up in which decade? Just write the 2 digits like 70 or 80. Number 2, what's the main difference between Rugby Fives and Winchester Fives? Just give us one word. Number 3, which top singles player can famously turn up to a tournament either hungover and or under some kind of influence and still win? Number 4, the President's Cup used to be hosted at Merchant Taylor's. How many fives courts were there before the school knocked them down a couple of years ago? Number 5, what is dapping? Number 6, what is the regulation width of a Rugby Fives court in feet? Again, just write the number. Number 7, how many blackguards are you allowed on game ball? Number 8, who famously said the line, developing your weaker hand, and that's the kind of challenge you keep coming back to in the game. Number 9, this year's national doubles would have marked how many Hamishceptions on the official national doubles shirt? Number 10, the venerable David Barnes once spoke off court to someone. He said, "You're a great fives player, but you're a fucking disgrace." Who was he talking about? Number 11, in 1995, how many fives courts were in use at the West of England Championship in Bristol? Number 12, what is the newest tournament to be added to the Rugby Fives calendar? Number 13, who was the first ever winner of the Under-25s Flair Award? Number 14, in Manchester's Curry Row, what is a chicken korma also known as? Number 15, on the pilot episode of the Fives pod, Matt Shaw caught Sam Russell out by highlighting definitively the only sport in the world which Sam can't have played. What is that sport? And number 16, in the Rugby Fives quiz promo trailer released on Monday morning, what trophy was I not engraving at the start of it? Those are the questions. We're going to take a 10-minute break, but what's that noise? That's the noise of the first challenge. So in addition to filling in this, what we have a very special prize for one person. That person is the person who can send a selfie to the group on WhatsApp. And it has to be a selfie, but you must be wearing your Fives gloves. Figure it out. The first person to do it wins a prize. Let's get going. 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 10 minutes and we'll be back. Fill in your Google form, submit it, and see if you can take a selfie with some Fives gloves on. Okay, let's go. Intermission, 10 minutes. Bye. is up. Well done, everyone who has submitted their response. Let's see how we're getting on. We have 15 responses, so we still need one more. And you know who you are. So we need one more response, ladies and gents. Time is up. I am now going to send you the link to round 2. So, right, I hope you all enjoyed round 1. Round 2 is a picture round. So round 2, I'm expecting more success here. So let's copy this. Your round 2 is coming your way in 3, 2, 1, boom. There you go. That's round 2, ladies and gents. Round 2 twice. Okay. So, well done for all sending through your selfies as well. Very good. Richie Murby, using your weaker hand there to punch the camera. Very good indeed. So, yes, excellent work by everyone. Keep them coming. There will be more challenges throughout the rest of the night, maybe even after this round. So, ladies and gents, we're going to move on to round 2. Round 2 is a picture round. There are 20 questions, I think. The first 16 are people. Who are these people that we have obscured with state-of-the-art special effects? The last 4 are Fives Courts. What Fives Courts are they? So, what we're going to do, we're going to go through a little slideshow, and I'll give you a bit of time to have a look at everyone, see if you can find out who they are, and we can go from there. Also, bananas! Okay, so, here we go. This is the picture round. 20 questions on the clock. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Well, welcome to the picture round, ladies and gents. Who is this person? I'll give you a clue. He's pretty ugly and he's 100% annoying. I can see right up his nose. Fabulous. What about question number 2? Who is this? Again, the bigger screen you've got, the more chance you'll have of answering this question properly. Who is that? Great shirt, by the way. Great shirt. Love that shirt. Well, I realise I forgot to give you the answers to round 1. I'll do that after this round. Sorry about that. Question number 3. Who is this? If anything, this is an improvement. Question number 4. Who is this? He actually played Fives and he was really good. We should probably tap him up for some cash for the RFA. Speaking of which, if you haven't entered with an official donation to Rugby Fives, we're doing really, really well. So thank you everyone who has donated so far. It's not too late to donate. You still can. Follow the links that we've already given you on WhatsApp. We're really close to £1,000. Let's see if we can do it. So if you do want to donate, please do jump on and donate a bit of cash for the Rugby Fives. Help us survive so we can carry on doing state-of-the-art pub quizzes like this. Okay, next question. Number 5. Who is this? Tom McConey asking stage name or real surname. Well, if you know the real surname, put that down. But I will accept the stage name. Not for this guy, by the way. This guy hasn't acted in anything, I don't think. But he's damn good at Fives. Bit of a technical hitch. Right, next question. Who is this? Next question, number 7. Who is this? Well, actually, this isn't even a who. Hamish Buchanan wrote this report. See if you know what this word is. I want the exact word, please. Let me get out of the way. The exact word. Okay, next question. Who is this? The one with the blurred face, not Mr. Tampopo. Who's the other guy? Question number 9. Who is this? Yeah, Tom McConey, both names, please. Both names, first name and surname. Thank you. Who is this? This is question number 9. Best fashion sense in the game without a shadow of a doubt. Question number 10. Who is this? The one with the blurred face. Bonus point if anyone can comment in the YouTube comments about whose shoulder this is, because I have no idea. Whose shoulder is that? But anyway, for the question, for the win, whose face is that blurred out? And those of you who didn't know what a Hamishception was, I think we're seeing one in this photo right here. So once again, I would like full names. And if you look in the Google form, I'm sorry this is confusing, but unlike the last round, I need capital letters for the names. So if you were going to write Dave Butler over there, it would be a capital D and a capital B. That's only probably going to be the case for this round. But please make sure the names are spelt like proper names with proper nouns on the Google form. Nice. That's a tough one. Maybe number 11 will be easier. Who's that? Bit of a cryptic crossword question for you there, but I'm sure people will be able to figure that out. The likes of Gareth Price, good at cryptic crosswords, I believe. Good at bananagrams as well. Jolly good. Right. Let's move on to the next one. Number 12. It only gets trickier now. Who is this? Not David Gardner, by the way, the legend. Who is the person with French-fried face? Tricky question. Let's get harder. Number 13. Who is this? The disguise is so good. I didn't know this until much later in the day. But I had to take some convincing. Number 14. Who is this? Tricky one. Number 15. Who is this? Number 16. What about this guy? Oh, no, we moved on to the courts. Apologies. Which fives courts are these? Which fives courts are these? Number 17. Which fives courts are these? And yeah, Tom Watkinson, you did ask that earlier, but I didn't answer you because I knew I'd be asking you now. Next question. Which fives courts are these? Next question. Which fives courts are these? Oh, who's this amazing player right here? Amazing. I know who that guy. He's really good. This guy, not so much. This guy, amazing. This guy, average. Great courts though. Love the paint job. You don't see that paint job very often. Ben Jordan asked a question. Capital letters for court names? Yes, please, Ben. Yes, please. Capital letters. And the final question of round 2. The final question. Which court is this? Oh, there's that good-looking guy again. This guy, not so good. Not that guy. Not that guy. This guy, though. He's good. Which courts are these? Fabulous. I think that's it. So I'm not going to go through these again because there's no need. But yeah, that is everything. Oh my God, there's another challenge! Your challenge, and this one is slightly harder than the last one, but I want people to dress up like John Minter. See if you can become John Minter. Be him. Become John Minter and send a picture of yourself to the group, or a video if you like. The best person who dresses up like John Minter will win a prize. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is round 2. Let me jump back to this one. I will... There we go. And I will give you the answers to round 1, and then we'll have a 10-minute intermission while we can upload round 2. Okay, so in round 1, the questions were as follows. The original rules of Rugby 5s were drawn up in which decade? The answer was the 1930s. It was the 1930s. What's the main difference between Rugby 5s and Winchester 5s? It's the buttress. I would expect you all to get that question right. Which top singles player can turn up to a tournament either hungover and or still under the influence? It's Daniel Tristow. He's probably under the influence as we speak. Number 4, the President's Cup used to be hosted at Merchant Taylor's. How many courts were there before being knocked down? 4 of them. What is dapping? A big shout out to David Barnes for giving me this question. What is dapping? Dapping is bouncing of the ball. What is the regulation width of a rugby 5 court in feet? It is 18 feet. How many blackguards are you allowed in on game ball? 2. Some of you might have written 3, but you lose if you do 3. So actually it's 2. Who famously said, developing your weaker hand, and that's the kind of challenge you keep coming back to in the game? None other than Richie Murby. This year's national doubles shirt would have marked how many Hamish-ceptions? The answer is 3. Some of you might have thought 4, but of course the first Hamish picture was not a ception of Hamish. It was just a picture of Hamish. The Hamish-ception came in year 2, so the answer is 3. The venerable David Barnes once spoke to someone. He said, "You're a great fives player, but you're a fucking disgrace." He was, of course, talking about me. In 1995, how many fives courts were used for the West of England Championship in Bristol? The answer is 9. What is the newest tournament to be added to the Rugby Fives calendar? It is the Northern Schools Tournament, which was added this year. The Northern Schools Tournament. That's a tough one. Who won the first ever Under-25s Flair Award? It was Jack Furness. Harry Ackerman asked, can we have some of the wrong answers to the David Barnes quote? Of course you can. I will read them out later. In Manchester's Curry Row, what is a chicken korma also known as? And I think you need to talk to Alex Rue for this answer. The answer is a chicken dansak. On the pilot episode of the Fives pod, Matt Shaw caught Sam Russell out by highlighting definitively the only sport which Sam hasn't played. What is that sport? The answer is wife carrying. And in the Rugby Fives promo trailer released on Monday morning, what trophy was I not engraving at the start of it? This was a bit of a trick question because it was the Northwest Doubles Trophy, even though in the video I say the North Doubles Trophy. So all of you who watch the video again, no, you were caught out. All of you who love trophies and have pictures of trophies on the wall, you would have got it right. So, ladies and gents, that's the answer to round 1. The round 2 is the pictures. You have 10 minutes. Off we go. Let's go!